Hey everybody, John Ashworth here. This is a story about my 2014 Lexus ES 300H. Oh, and what's with the fluorescent cap? Well, it's super comfortable. But aside from that, it's branded with my new company's information, Golden Considerations. We are a pre-need insurance broker. I can now offer funeral homes all the products and services they need to sell you your funeral in advance. And by the way, I am also a licensed pre-need agent now, a licensed insurance agent, so I can sell you your funeral plan in advance if you're looking to do that. We're going to talk more about that in other videos. For today, we're going to stay focused on the 300H because it's an amazing car. It takes me everywhere I need to go for these videos, and I have been highly encouraged by many to refocus on my YouTube channel and build this into something. And the key to doing that is not overthinking it right now, just to start posting and creating entertaining videos for you. I hope you enjoy this one. Last time I was in for service, I know the mechanic who works on the car really well. He's got a lot of knowledge when it comes to these cars. I asked him, I said, look, I'm at 104,000 miles. I'm doing 2,000 miles a month for work. I'm getting reimbursed for my miles, which is super helpful. So if I drive 30,000 miles in a year, I'm gonna get 15 grand. And then, you know, you subtract your gas expense from that, but it's still a pretty good deal for the salesman on the road. So all of that considered, it's a 2014, so it's a 10-year-old car. Am I good for a while? What are you seeing in these things as you work on them? And this is why I wish I would have recorded the interview, because he's just full of knowledge. Next time I'm there, I'm going to do it. We'll do it, and we'll get more of this stuff for you. But he's like, oh, John, these things are holding up incredibly well. You will be good to 200,000 miles before you have to do anything super significant. I bought the car at 60,000 miles. I'm at 104. It's been terrific. I had a warranty on it. I replaced the radio unit because I had the warranty and it was acting up. But beyond that, I have not had any major issues with the gas mileage average for all these years, 10 years. I have not reset that reading. I'm assuming the previous owner was one owner, local realtor here, older guy who owned the car before I did. He had it new, so I'm the second owner. 35 miles per gallon on average for 10 years. And this is one of the reasons, and I don't know how much I'm going to get into it in this video, that I'm starting to see articles now about the fact that a hybrid is a better choice than an electric vehicle still at this point. And I am in total agreement with that for a number of different reasons. And I had my own plug-in Toyota Prius, which was a great car, just expensive. And then tried a Tesla on the road a few times as a salesman. The range anxiety drove me nuts. And the charging was really relatively expensive as it compared to just putting gas in the car. I'm not going to get into all those math and all those numbers. I'm just here to tell you that in my opinion, you're way better off buying a hybrid than you are buying an electric car at this point in time. Cars are less expensive. You're still going to get terrific gas mileage. And a lot of these electric cars are new. And some of them are having issues. Let the marketplace get used to having electric cars on the market for a little longer, then go for it. Think about it this way. It's taken all this time for Toyota to really start getting electric cars, fully electric cars on the road, because they know just how great they did when they invented the Prius way back when. That Prius gets 55 miles to the gallon at this point. And those cars go. We have 2 of them at home. We'll do other stories about those. More important statistics are these. We had a 2020 Lexus NX, the little small SUV, and we traded that in 2020 for this car. That was right as we were getting into this major shortage of cars and used cars on the market. So we paid more than you usually would for this car. The price on it was $24,000, but we drove that NX for 2 years and sold it back to the dealership for the same price that we bought it for, because the market was so tight at the time. So the bottom line difference, which is what you want to really look at when you're trading a car in, what's my bottom line difference between value of mine, cost of the new one? I got this car for 13 grand in that scenario. That's huge. So keep that in perspective now. I got that for 13 grand. It's a 10-year-old car. I'm at 104,000 miles. I'm doing 30,000 miles a year. That means really I can go 3 more years at least before I get to that 200,000 mile mark. And as long as I keep up with the regular recommended maintenance by Lexus, put new tires on it when needed, man, this thing is gonna take me very, very far. And it's gonna keep that cost of driving a car, which is so crucial. And I used to talk about this when I was in the car business. The cost of driving a car, if you can keep it around $2,000, $2,500 a year, you know, maintenance, all in, payments, everything, that's where you can get there if you buy them and sell them right. And if you buy these older cars, like a Lexus or a Toyota that hold up incredibly well, you'll be well off there. I can literally now, at 104,000 miles, considering what Rob said, they'll go to 200 plus, and I mean, it'll go farther than that. It's just gonna have to put more money in it at that point, and then it may or may not, and probably doesn't make sense unless you really just wanna keep the car. Which is a fun thing to do. I'd love to have an older car with that 20-year blue license collector license plate on it. 104,000 miles, if I'm doing 30,000 miles a year, that means I can drive this car for 3 more years. It's gonna hold up incredibly well. I'm gonna continue to get that reimbursement, and I'm gonna have 45 grand in the bank for a new car because of the reimbursement on the miles. Crazy, right? And it's a beautiful car, great condition. You know, it's a little banged up here and there. I put a few dents into it for sure, but really, really nice. 17-inch wheels. I've got the snow tires on there now. It makes a huge difference in the winter. It's like, beyond having an all-wheel drive car, snow tires are the bomb. Couple key things on the inside. This is the luxury build of the car. So one of the things you see, which I love, is the bamboo. They don't make the bamboo like this anymore. And it goes through this like really long-term process to get refined like this. It's really a unique thing in a car at this point in time that I like. The other thing is the heated steering wheel down there. Huge. In the Wisconsin winters, it heats up the leather part of the steering wheel. Right there. Get your hands nice and warm. It shuts off automatically after a period of time, which is good so too. That it doesn't take too much energy. And I do find that it warms up my hands nicely, and then once they're warm, I'm good. Just a little quick look at the interface there. That new radio I mentioned that I had put in on the warranty. My little setup for holding my phone. The luxury edition. The other key things down here, blind spot monitor and park assist. Gotta love those. That comes, the blind spot monitor too, BSM, comes with the rear cross traffic alert. So when you put it in reverse, you got your backup camera there, but if anybody's coming from either direction, you'll get a beeping. And the mirrors will flash, the little lights, blind spot monitor lights in the mirrors. It's super helpful. Also, should have mentioned it when I was down here, the 3 drive modes, Eco, Normal, and Sport. Eco saves a little fuel, Normal is normal, and Sport, turn to the right, goes into Sport mode, turns red up there on the dash. Give you a look at that. And that just gives the car a little more torque, a little more pickup, uses a little more gas, but the savings on Eco mode is not worth it in my opinion. Drives so much more peppier on Sport. Also, a luxury feature is the rear sunshade. So you push that, you'll hear it, but
fire went out, lights went down. When you feel lost in your shadow, don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world, broken but strong.